Hello, this is your Express Briefing for Thursday, November 14. From the San Antonio Express News, I'm Joy Marie Scott. Become a subscriber and read more of these headlines at expressnews.com. We'll have an update on the City Council vote on funds for bike lanes downtown, which has been a hot topic at City Hall. High school football playoffs kick off today. We'll be following Roosevelt versus Brennan and Harlandale versus Wagner. It's going to be a little warmer today. Expect cloudy skies, possible showers, and a high of 52. A San Antonio institution and one-time media giant is leaving the Alamo City for Austin. Hart Hanks has been in San Antonio for 51 years, but decided to make Austin its new headquarters because it employs more than 600 people there. Just 5 people worked in the San Antonio office before closing. Hart Hanks was a large, diverse media company at its peak in the mid-1980s, when it employed about 11,000. It topped $1 billion in revenue for 5 straight years in the 2000s, but revenue has been in freefall since the Great Recession. Mayor Ron Nirenberg wants voters next year to shift a sales tax from critical Edwards Aquifer protection to boost public transit in San Antonio. County Judge Nelson Wolff, VIA Chairman Ray Saldana, and Connect SA Chairwoman Hope Andrade backed Nirenberg's call. Shifting the funding could bring the bus system to a level that would qualify it for federal aid and provide advanced rapid transit. Nirenberg said he remains a staunch defender of the Aquifer Protection Program, but that there's no other realistic funding option to expand the city's bus options. A San Antonio man defrauded high school students out of roughly $160,000 intended for spring break getaways to Cancun and senior trips to Disneyland or other destinations, according to an indictment. The FBI says George Alberto Barragan used several travel agencies to allegedly bilk students from at least 6 high schools in at least 5 states. In 2018, a group of parents from Tucson, Arizona, waged a campaign to stop him. He faces up to 20 years in prison for each of the 7 counts of fraud he's charged with. Bexar County officials are evaluating lessons learned from voting issues last week ahead of the March party primaries. Commissioners raised several concerns about the new $12.6 million voting system, including issues connected with ballot cards and staffing at polling sites. Bexar County Elections Administrator Jack Callanan also wants to reduce the number of polling sites to more efficiently distribute equipment, something commissioners were wary of. Consider a subscription to the Express News, the voice of South Texas since 1865. Just 95 cents for the first month, a digital subscription helps support our work covering San Antonio and South Texas. You'll get access to all our stories on expressnews.com. Join us at expressnews.com/subscribe. And another news to know today. San Antonio's high rate of student loan defaults has a bright side, writes business editor Greg Jefferson. Texas may add a course in African American Studies to its high school curriculum. Jabari Gray, a San Antonio baby born without skin, went home Wednesday after spending nearly his entire first year of life in the hospital. Geekdom Fund, which invests in early-stage tech companies, wants to raise $36 million for its third investment fund. Deported veterans and dreamers are living parallel nightmares, writes columnist Elaine Ayala. With the last of the ballots counted, Stosh Boyle received the exact number of votes needed to avoid a runoff in winning a second term as Cibolo mayor. A San Antonio mobile healthcare app maker pulled in investments of $21.5 million in its latest fundraising round. The late-night scooter curfew is expected to be lifted in January, when only 3 companies are permitted to operate in San Antonio. And washed out of Democratic debates, Julian Castro has shown no sign of quitting. The former San Antonio mayor hopes to remain relevant and press the discussion over race, immigration, and other matters he sees as vital. Visit expressnews.com for the full story on all of these headlines and more. And now the fun stuff. We show you how to cook venison during deer hunting season. Whether hunted or store-bought, you can't beat venison as a source for clean, ethical meat. Chuck Blount gives you 4 recipes to put to use. And the production Elf is making its San Antonio debut at the Public Theater later this month. Deborah Martin has the details at expressnews.com/entertainment. An armchair anthropologist tea company has the hot cup of tea you need this winter, according to food writer Paul Stephen. You can read his review at expressnews.com/food. And that's your Express Briefing for Thursday, November 14. Get San Antonio's top news headlines daily. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. For the San Antonio Express News, I'm Joy Marie Scott.